Apade, I'm Tanya Chumpoka with Joint Region Marianas Public Affairs, and you're watching Island Images. Today on the show, we have Guam historian Anthony Ramirez, and we also have Dave Snyder, who is the Public Access Program Coordinator for NAVFAC Marianas. In this episode, we're going to learn about three very interesting sites here aboard Naval Base Guam. Okay, right now we're here at the Amphitheater. So, Mr. Ramirez, can you talk to me a little bit about this area?
The Amphitheater is called as the Japanese Prisoners of War Amphitheater.
Okay.
That was built really just shortly after the American secured Guam.
1940s.
Back in 1944, but I believe the construction probably began in 1945. And the project of the outdoor amphitheater really has two major reasons. First, you had the tremendous influx of military personnel into Guam, over 200,000.
And we're talking about United States.
The United States, right? And that's what gave the rise of the population of Guam back then. You have the high number of American servicemen or military support here in Guam. And then you also have the Japanese PoWs that the Americans had to oversee. What do you do with 200,000? U.S. support system for, to end the World War II campaign. Well, entertainment, but not only movies, because I'm pretty sure they had daytime entertainment here too.
So this is all Japanese construct?
Yeah, these are all Japanese constructs. This type of construction really is very typical of, like, let's say 1930, 1940 in Japan. But you also have to remember that with the Japanese soldiers, and depending on what group that they're in, the age group now, many had careers other than being soldiers. And so I'm pretty sure that they had people that were doing this back in Japan.
I think that this was covered up by jungle for a number of years until probably sometime after its disuse in the 50s until maybe the 70s or 80s.
Right, yeah.
And then they opened it up because, like you said, a lot of people don't know it's here. And today the Navy does a great job of keeping this clean. So I was so surprised the first time I came here and I drove up and I went, wow, it's a whole amphitheater right here in the middle of nowhere.
Can we talk a little bit about the TransPacific Cable Station?
It was assigned to the United States Navy, Department of the Navy, and that's how Guam was controlled. The links of what this particular site means not only to Guam, but really to the whole world when you think about communication.
It's the American TransPacific Cable Company, and they constructed this from San Francisco, right by the Cliff House. So they constructed from there to Honolulu, and from Honolulu it went to Midway.
Midway Island.
From Midway it goes to Guam. From Guam it goes to the Philippines, and then on to Shanghai.
So the importance with that was the Trans-Pacific Cable Line that the Americans built is we connected the entire world.
Absolutely, yeah.
Again, we're here at what they call today the Japanese PoW Steps. Okay, another marker of their legacy after Guam was secured by the American forces.
The coolest thing here is where they've got the. It's in Japanese.
Do we have an English translation?
There is an English translation for that, okay, written in the Japanese characters. And the inscription in the English language simply says, "In memory of prisoners of the war on the island of Rota on the 27th day of the 7th month in the 21st year of the reign." And they're going for their Japanese Emperor Hirohito, July 27, 1946.
It may not seem like much, but if people were to actually just look at every
And the details of how these work.
the details of how it was put together, it's absolutely amazing.
This site was really already the marine area, and then just right below, because this is a cliff line here, all right, is the original Sumai village. The Roti Peninsula, Sumai village especially, is one of the few villages on Guam, well in this case it's a base, where legacies of the five timelines of Guam's history, pre-contact, Spanish period, you have the pre-war period, World War II period, and today modern Guam. So all of this is right here in Naval Station. They built all these interpretive signs that you're seeing today in the base, historic sites for people to visit that they had access to.
As part of the programmatic agreement with the buildup of relocating the Marines to Guam, one of the conciliatory things has been offering the public access to some of the cultural sites on Guam. And so there's a plan called the Public Access Plan, which I was hired to administer. So I'm the Public Access Program Coordinator, and there are 35 sites on Guam. A number of them are at Naval Base Guam, some are the Naval Base, the Naval Magazine, some are at NCTS, and some are on Anderson. But it's a great way for locals on Guam to see some of their heritage. So it's an exciting time.
So we hope you enjoyed today's preview of the 3 historic sites here in Sumai, which is Naval Base Guam, the Amphitheater, the PoW Steps, and the TransPacific Cable Station. So with that, I'd like to say, Sizos Masi, thank you, Mr. Ramirez, for always sharing your knowledge with us.
You're more than welcome, yeah. And thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
It's always, thank you. It's always a pleasure. And also for you, Dave, you know, we look forward to working with you more and seeing you more as you talk about and you educate the community about the public access plan.
I look forward to it, and I look forward to taking people into these sites.
Okay, great. So with that, adios.
Adios.
Adios.